Hi, it's Jenny with Jenny's Wreath Boutique, and in this video I'm going to show you how to make a gorgeous spring and summer bead hoop wreath. So I'm really excited. I haven't shown this style before on my YouTube channel. But the great thing about this wreath is I'm going to be offering a kit while supplies last. So if you are interested in getting a kit to make this exact wreath, it will be linked in the description of this video. So what we're going to need is a bead hoop wreath. You can get the kit with just the florals or with the bead hoop wreath, and if you get it with the wreath base, I'll have it all prepped for you with the extras as well, which are grapevines. I'll get into this in a minute. The florals we're going to use for this wreath are this gorgeous button leaf. Look at that gorgeous texture, bright green color. And then these gorgeous florals. We've got these peach colored ranunculus. We have a pink dahlia. Oh, so pretty. These white flowers. Can't remember what they're called, but they are gorgeous. And they've got those little buds on the end and the most beautiful leaves. Oh, and then my favorite, these roses. They're beautiful. They're so cottagey. What started the idea for this wreath was putting these two together. This has like the peach, and then this has peachy undertones with a little bit of pink, and this is that lighter pink which has a little bit of peach in it. Oh, it's so pretty. And then you put the white in, and then this bright greenery. It just, look at that mix. It's so pretty. I am obsessed. We're also going to be using hot glue with our hot glue gun. My favorite wire cutters, of course. All my favorite tools are linked in the description under tools, always, every video. As well as my favorite places to get wreath making supplies, always linked in every video. The first step is prepping the wood bead wreath. So to prep it, to make it really easy to put the florals in, is we're going to add a little bit of grapevine. There's different options you can do. You can get grapevine garland. Hobby Lobby or Michael's has some. I'll link some in the description if I can find some. Or just take apart a grapevine. I do this all the time. This is one that I split in two to make a smaller grapevine, but I can use these pieces to add to this. So we'll have nice grapevine pieces to put our florals into. So much easier than wrapping, especially with the wood beads. And then we're going to be using our bind wire because it matches the grapevine. I mean, look at that. It's going to hide so well. You can also use regular floral wire, which is what I've done in the past, but I'm going to try to make it look really nice and clean. So you can get this with just the florals, and then get this. I got mine from Hobby Lobby, or you can get the kit with the wreath base already prepped with the grapevine for you. I want to make it easy for you to make this, and this is probably the worst part. So what we're going to do is cut the grapevine. Just cut some pieces off. I'm probably going to use a mix, either or. You can also use the fake grapevine. It's like what Michael's uses for their garland. If you can find a cheap garland on clearance, you can find those pretty cheap sometimes at the end of the year. Just take the florals out and you can cut up that garland base also. So what I'm going to do is just layer this on. I'm going to start small, then I'm going to go up from there. So first, I'm attaching my bind wire to one side, and I am going to dab some glue there because I want the wire to stay. And I'm going to wrap this around, and this wire is going to go in between the beads. I'm going to do this first layer pretty tight. Okay, we've got the first layer. Now we're going to add in these grapevines on top of that. And yes, this is messy. That's okay. And don't make this too tight because we want to be able to actually stick our stems in there. The outside can be a little tighter, but the middle, we really are going to stick the most amount of stems in the middle. So it's really important to have that loose enough so you can do that. Make it a little tighter around the edge. Looks so good. And now I'm just going to add a little bit more. And the wire is nice because it'll give you extra places to put stems as well. And then the last part, we're just going to wrap it around a few times and then cut our wire, but hold it tight. And then wrap it around again. And you could twist it in and out, but I'm just going to glue mine. And then if you want, you can dab a little bit of glue in a few of these just to keep things in place. You don't need to do this step, but I always, I try to go above and beyond to make sure everything is extra secure. So here's our prepped wreath base. And like I said, if you get a kit and you order the wreath base with it, I'll do this for you. Unless you don't want me to, just write that in a note. Okay, first we have to take these apart. And this one's a little bit tricky because it's in such a nice bush. These were made not for wreath makers, but more to like stick in a pot and you have a beautiful greenery. But I just love, 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 love these stems. So I'm just going to take it apart. This will be lots of unwrapping. Oh yeah. Now we have lots of little stems. So we just want to take them all out. The further down you wrap, the longer your stems will be. You don't need super long stems with this wreath though, thankfully. And these are nice and small, so they're not going to take up a bunch of room in our grapevine, which is nice. You get so many stems out of this one bush. It's amazing. The first thing we're going to do is add in our greenery layer. Just dab some glue. Stick it into the grapevine. Actually, put this one down lower because it's a little weepy. But I love the wild look of these. They're so pretty. So the middle is going to have a lot of florals, so I'm not going to bring too much of these into the middle, except on the edge and on the bottom, but I'm going to try and leave space in the middle. And the little ones are great for the inside. They can kind of stick up here in the middle. And also on the bottom, I like using the little pieces to frame the middle a little bit. This is a great filler greenery. This is my first time using this particular greenery, so I'm very pleased with it. We're going to use every piece in that bush, because why not? It's so pretty. Oh, it's like the best cottage greenery. And we can bend and fluff them after the wreath is done if we need to adjust anything. So our focal flower is the dahlia because it's the largest. We want to get that one in first because that's the biggest stems. So we're going to put it toward one side, but then the middle is where it will be. Then we're going to add in our roses. Oh, so pretty. So one with the bud on one side, and then the other one on the other side. And then this will crisscross in the middle, so the flower is sticking out on this side of the wreath. And then that one has a little bud with it too. And save the dahlia buds for later. I want to fill in with the other things first. I'm taking these off because I want these stems to be longer. So this is going to go on one side. So our longer pieces go in first. I'll probably keep these greenery pieces on, they're fine. Oh, it's so pretty. Now we'll bring the white flowers in a little bit more. And we'll do some on this side as well. Then you want to find a spot close to the middle where you can put this piece so we can bring those white flowers a little closer. So pretty. Now we're going to add in our peach ranunculus. So we have 3 good stems of this. So I'll do 1 in the middle and then 1 on each side. Sometimes it's easier to stick it into the grapevine and then see where you stuck it in and dab some glue there. That way you don't burn your finger. Ask me how I know. Since this one's going in the middle, I'm going to cut it a little smaller because I really want it to be in this mix here. I'm going to take off the leaves and just put these buds in because I prefer it without the leaves. I cut the stem really short so I could stick it right into the grapevine. There. Now you can either stick these straight in if you like, or if you have any trash stems laying around, you can make little picks out of them to make it easier to go into the grapevine. Either way will work. I'm going to just make these. And now we're just going to be filling in any holes. If you see any gaps anywhere or any shaping issues, this is where you just go in and use these little pops of greenery to fix any of those issues. So I'm just going to stick these around the wreath where I think it could use a little more greenery. So you stick it into the grapevine and then bend it into place. So into the grapevine and then bend the stem wherever you want. I love it. Oh, it's hard to see with my messy background. I will show you a full detailed look at it right after this. If you enjoyed this, give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't done that yet. And don't forget, if you want to make this for yourself with these gorgeous florals, I have a wreath kit and it is linked in the description. All right, I will see you in the next video. Bye.